What's up, Yoda Tech? Okay, just try and summarize this because it's a lot to mention, but you can see the fluid on my alternator. I think that's residual from the pump leaking like a pig all over the place when that vacuum valve on top was leaking. The vacuum valve on top of the pump with the two inlets was leaking. Then you have this, which appears to be coming from the seal and dripping down, but it's not, oddly enough. Didn't leak at all yesterday, and then today I parked it overnight and it's leaking. So I don't know, maybe it's, I was thinking it was coming from the pan, but outward, but I could see it on here too, on this point right here, and I could see a little trail right here. Not sure if you can see it, coming from the front main outward. So, and then there's the steering stabilizer. Honestly, it is at least twice the size. It's enormous. Look at it next to my, and the other one was not even probably this big. So anyway, it's much bigger, and it was a lot harder to push, to compress in my hand. I'm not sure if, with proper power steering, I don't think that should stop it. That's what it's power for. No other major leaks. The pan's actually, looking okay. And a little leak right here on this one. This bolt, first one back on the left, off the timing cover. So, any ideas, guys? I'd appreciate it. It's a brand new idler. It was, I think, one of the heavier duty ones. It was not a Moog. It was SLK or something, Japan. I don't know. It was right before O'Reilly got rid of their last line, which was much better, in my opinion. Then, or when it was Kragen, anyway. Then I've looked at the center link and the ends and stuff, and I just don't see anything really tweaked or questionable. It's, even here, looks okay. The bushings all look okay, or whatever, the pivot. I guess they're bushings, yeah. And they all look encapsulated. There's no way to grease them or anything. Just like that one on top there in the center of the screen. So, and this looks level, and there's no leaking on the pump, on the actual box itself, anywhere that I can see. So, I don't know, that doesn't mean that it's not taking a dump on me, but I started thinking about what Lumpy said, and I don't know, it makes a lot of sense, because the last pump did the exact same thing, even though it completely went out and would not. I'm actually worried that this one is going to do the same, because of whatever resistance this is, it's giving me issues, and but yet, like Brandon said, it was before I put in this, so I don't know, it's like deducting a bunch of crap that I know nothing about. So, I mean, I know how it works, I know how the arm works and drives the linkage and all that stuff. But like I said, it just doesn't seem that bad. I mean, my ball joints are much more questionable. If you can see that. Whew! Nice big hole in that thing, huh? And the upper one looked okay, but I'm getting a lot of kerplunking over on this side. Anyway, staying on topic, you guys have any ideas for me to test? I'm going to go in the top end now. I'll do a video of that, and maybe afterwards, after I try to test the vacuum, I'm going to just switch those two inlets back, the opposite way, and see if that does anything. And was kind of wondering if the idle up valve that controls the AC and the steering on the plenum itself, with the little white screw that you can adjust out, I know that can mess up stuff with air idle, so I don't want to mess with it until I know exactly what I'm doing, but I've been trying to read up on that. I don't see anything. I think it was like 1.5 turns full turn, or that's the air idle screw. The other one is, I don't know, 3 turns or something, 3.5 out from shut. Maybe it just needs more air allowed in there. I don't know. I'm going to try switching them first and all that, and I'll let you know. So, this That's just such a pain after doing all this. But on a good note, I guess you could say, the cover, especially those bolts, that area there where that little knob is right there, in the middle of the screen. On the timing cover, that's that oil galley, and it doesn't seem to be leaking, so any through the bolts or anything. So seem to be good there. I'm happy about that. I'd much rather just change the main seal than have to pull the entire motor apart again. So looks like on the bottom of the water pump housing there, if you can see that right there. Maybe I can zoom in. See a little fluid there too. That is most likely being that steering arm. That's also steering fluid. So I don't think it's leaking anymore, but I just want to be sure. This isn't steering fluid right here. I don't see how it could get all the way around from either side and leave no trail. So, and I could see a little trail right there coming out of the front main. So I'm pretty sure the front main is just tiny leak. It's odd it didn't leak yesterday, so I'm not sure what's happening. Stick out a little here, and I think that was off the diff, which you can see right there is where the hook is. That's where it's leaking. I don't know. I don't think that's the pan. I don't see any I don't see any major drippage on the sides, so we'll see. I'll inform you guys as soon as I know anything, man. Thanks very much.